Hello, everyone. Welcome once again to Brandeo Collection. Today, we wanted to try something a little bit different and actually wanted to do a comic book haul video. Now, this week, we're going to have things focused on both here on YouTube and on our social media feeds all around comic books. We are very excited to announce we do have a interview upcoming this Wednesday, May the 12th, with one of our good friends, Quincy Beach, and we talk all things comic books. So this week we're focusing on comic books, both the new stuff added to our collection, also some things that we already have in the collection over on our different social media feeds. So if you're interested in seeing some of those big keys that we have here in the collection, go ahead and join us over on those social media feeds for more content. But for today, what we're going to do is we are going to be showing you some of those new items added to the collection very recently. Now, both some new stuff that recently came out this year, and also some more vintage things, and also some graded comic books that we actually just got in very recently that we're very excited about. So what we're going to do is we are going to start off with those new comic books and then move our way to some of the bigger things from there a little bit later. So just to start off, we also have our good friends Boba Fett and the Alien Warrior hanging out back there, the Hot Toys versions. Now that is on purpose because that's going on with the theme of some of the books that we picked up and added to the collection very recently. So speaking of that Alien Warrior, the first book that we added to the collection is going to be part of the brand new series that Marvel has running right now. Now that Disney owns 20th Century Fox, Marvel also got the license to the Alien franchise. So it's been very exciting to see them go in and interpret that series and add those characters to the repertoire. Now, issue number 2 recently came out. I'm really enjoying the series so far and the storyline that they're doing. And I picked up issue number 2 this past weekend. Now, the first cover that we picked up, if we can see here, is going to be the traditional, this is just the regular cover for this issue number 2. Very exciting there. You can see the guy there in cryo sleep and the alien right there as well. Very exciting. But other than that primary cover, let's move that one over there. We also have the variant cover. Now, this is one of the variant covers. As always, with a lot of modern books, there's a lot of variant covers. So different comic book stores have different exclusive variants, different copies that you can get online. Also, you can get if you're close to any of those different stores across the country. But this is the other variant that the comic book store that I went to had available on the day that I went. I really like this cover. I like the contrast between the black and the yellow background with the alien charging forward. Alien's one of my favorite film franchises, so very excited to see Marvel tackling that. Now, other than Alien, another thing that I picked up is going to be part of the brand new Miles Morales series that Marvel has going on right now. Now, the cover that I picked up is this one right here. I picked up this specific cover because I like that Marvel's been doing this. They've done it a few times with a few other characters. They've done it with Venom, they've done it with Carnage, and now they have one here with Miles as well. The best part about these is that you have different names of different comic book creators who have worked on this particular character. So similar to the items with Venom and with Carnage, you have different creators that have worked on Miles Morales. So I collect these particular covers because they're clean there. You have that white background. And what you could do is that, especially one day once we are able to go back to conventions safely, when you go to those conventions and you find your artist alley or your area where your comic book creators are, you can see if some of these comic creators are at those shows and get this book signed by a lot of those different workers. Now, I have one actually signed in this similar type of view for Venom. I'll actually put it up here on the screen. And for that Venom cover, we actually have a whole bunch of people that were there at New York Comic Con back in 2017 A lot of the people who were on that list, on that cover, were there that year. So I was able to get a lot of people there. There's some big people missing, like Todd McFarlane, of course. But we also have a lot of great names on there as well. So it's always keeps on going, but just wanted to collect this one so that I have it, so I can get it signed once we can bring this to a convention again. All right, let's move that one over there. Now, kind of jumping, we've talked about our Alien back here, and we also have Boba Fett back here. So the reason why we have Boba Fett is because as of this past week, the beginning of May of 2021, we had a brand new Star Wars series that was released by Marvel called War of the Bounty Hunters. Now, that first issue just came out, so I picked up 2 covers from that particular series from issue number 1. The first cover that I picked up is just your traditional regular cover for that series. So that one is this one right here. So we have Boba Fett. Really nice cover with explosions going on back there. Something very exciting. This is just your traditional kind of cover for this issue. I haven't had a chance to read it yet, so I'm very excited to get into it when I have a chance. But the variant cover that I picked up is right here. And this is the action figure variant with the black Boba Fett armor. Now, like I said, I haven't read this yet, but I do know that the black armor does show up in this particular story. So this is one of kind of the first appearances of that particular armor. So that's why you have it right here on this action figure variant cover. Looked really, really cool. I know there's a lot of people who collect just these action figure variant covers. I know they've done it a lot for Star Wars. They've done ones for other Marvel characters. Looks really cool. Got that vintage action figure look. And these are great to also get signed as well. So if you have any characters that you come across an actor that portrayed that character at some point, you can get these signed if you like to. They'll look great signed. So this was the last of kind of the new books that I got, the more kind of recent stuff, or at least I should say, new books that haven't been graded. But I did pick up one Silver Age book, some classic book, a key book, something that I have been looking for a while now, and very excited to add it to the collection. The issue that I picked up, the classic issue I picked up, it's going to be right here, is going to be Avengers number 16. So very excited to have this in the collection. This is actually a key book for a couple different reasons. Kind of the main reason you see right here on the page, you got Cap front and center, screaming Avengers Assemble. You have that as a classic line in Marvel history. Of course, people know that all too well now from the end of Avengers Endgame when Cap says that after having Mjolnir come back to him. So people wanted this cover for that particular saying being right there front and center on the cover. And also this is an important book in comic book history because this is also the first issue that both the Scarlet Witch and Quicksilver joined the Avengers team. So this is the one where they joined the team. They were no longer bad guys, and now they are on the side of the Avengers as well. So great book to have. It's not a high grade. It's probably somewhere around a 3.0, but that's still pretty good. Presents pretty well. It looks good right here. I can see here on my screen as well. It actually looks pretty good. But very nice and a great addition, something I had been looking to add to my Marvel collection for a while. So that is Avengers number 16. So that's the last of the Raw books that I recently picked up. Now, other than those Raw books, I did just recently actually get 2 graded books back from CGC just very recently. Now, they're both modern books, but other than them being modern books, one of the other focuses that I have within my comic book collection is I do collect a lot of covers by the artist J. Scott Campbell. Now, J. Scott Campbell does sell exclusive covers on his website. And what you can actually do is for some of those exclusive covers, you can have them signed through his website, and then they will actually send them to CGC. And then you will get those shipped to you once CGC has completed their grading and everything is done from there. The great thing about doing that is that you're guaranteed a 9.8 grade. and you're guaranteed that yellow label for the signature series on CGC. So it's a great option if you want to confirm all those different things if you are a collector of his particular work. So in those cases, I got two different covers, two different series from Marvel. They're both signed by him and graded there by CGC. So the first and the one that we actually have is X-Men. So it's the new series X-Men Legends, issue number 1. And now there were a couple different covers that were done by him, but the cover that we picked up is going to be right here, which is X-Men Legends number 1, like I said. And this is going to be our cover number, letter, I should say, C, which right here you have Dazzler right on here. Now, there's a couple different covers. I believe there are 5 different covers that he did for this series. This is the one that stuck out to me the most. I really loved the way this looked. It's something a little different too. I mean, there's not a lot of people who collect Dazzler stuff. I mean, there are covers here. I'll actually flip it to the other side so you can see. We can kind of see here. There's other covers here. You have a cover with Storm on there. You have Magneto. You have Jubilee and Bishop down there. And you also have Polaris, and it looks like Banshee next to her as well. All looking fantastic. I actually really enjoy that Jubilee cover as well. I may pick that one up ungraded if it's still available. But this is the one that I wanted to get graded, and you can see that he has his signature right down here at the bottom. We have our 9.8 grade, and it is that yellow signature series label that we all want when it comes to your signatured books. So that's our X-Men one. And then we're down to the final item that we just received, another J. Scott Campbell graded item, and that is going to be right here. So this is my personal favorite of his covers that he's done recently. Now, I have a lot of favorite covers that he's done over the years that I have here in the collection, but this might be one of my favorites, especially recently. Right here, you got Gwen Stacy series number 1 from last year. This is going to be your A cover. Once again, he had variants of different types of covers exclusive to his website. And this one is once again signed right down there at the bottom of the page. We have our 9.8 grade and our signature series label, our yellow label there at the top. If we flip it to the other side, we have our other covers there. Got some nice ones. You got one there, cover B, Gwen Stacy and Mary Jane. You got Gwen Stacy with Spider-Gwen there. And you got Peter Parker with Gwen Stacy there. You can see that there's one for different seasons of the year. I really like that Spider-Gwen one because it's a Halloween one as well. That's a nice cover. A lot of great stuff. As you can see, these are available on J. Scott Campbell's website directly, both graded and not graded and raw. So that way, if any of these are still available, you can pick one up for yourself. There's some great deals there on some of these books. Like I said, you could pay a little extra and get these books that are already slabbed and already sent to CGC and already graded and signed. Or if you want to save a little bit of money, you can still get signed copies of those books, but just get them raw. That way you're still spending a little extra to have them signed, but you're not spending kind of the full price to have them sent to CGC, get graded, and all that type of stuff that comes along with getting graded books for that. So in those cases, that is pretty much, those are all the items that we've just recently got into the collection when it comes to comic books. Just want to spend a little time, share that with everyone here as we kind of kick off our comic book week of all things comic books, both here on YouTube and on all of our social media feeds. So once again, if you did like this video, please like and subscribe. If you also enjoyed this video, please remember to hit that bell notification to be notified whenever we post new videos. We are working on some more content, both comic book related, 1/6 scale, and we're also continuing our interview series where we talk to different collectors across all different types of fields when it comes to the collections that they have and a little bit about themselves and how they got into collecting. So if you are interested in those videos, if you're interested in seeing any additional content from us, please leave a comment below on any suggestions that you may have and any feedback. That way we continue to grow the channel, make it better for you, and continue to go in the direction on any content that you would like to see and that you're interested in. So in the meantime, thank you once again. And as always, remember, keep on collecting.